And hello. This is episode 1 of the Legend of Korra videos I'm gonna make. And I think I might have a little fun with it. I just woke up and I turned the TV on and I saw this commercial for the Legend of Korra. I knew it was coming out for a long time now. I've actually been waiting for it. The first time I've heard of it, they said it would be coming out 2011, 2012. Well, obviously, 2011 is over. So, yeah, obviously it's coming out this year. So, I watched it and it was awesome, by the way. Because that's the first time I actually get to hear Korra say something. Or, because the trailer that they released before this was also pretty good. No, pretty good. It was awesome. So, I'm sorry if I'm pausing. I'm just thinking of what I want to say because I know I had something. Oh yeah, it said they were going to release it at the end of the trailer at some April 14th, which is not too far away from now. So, yeah, from what I can gather of this story from watching videos on YouTube and the comic strip that they did after the show ended. So from what I can gather, there's been like if you've never seen Avatar: The Last Airbender and you want to, stop watching this video right now because well, I'm gonna say some stuff, but who hasn't seen that show, right? So I'm gonna give you a second to stop watching this video and leave now if you haven't seen it. Okay, for all of you people who have seen it, you know how it goes. Boy in an iceberg, um, gotta defeat the Fire Nation, stuff like that. So at the end of the whole battle with Fire Lord Ozai, they save the day and the world's at peace again. But like 75 or 70 years later, I don't really know how long after, there's some trouble because Zuko and Aang founded a city to symbolize the peace between all nations after the war was over. And apparently, 75 years later, they don't like the Benders anymore and they're having revolts and stuff. And, well, I think that is where the story takes place. And something I found cool was Aang found a new species of sky bison. I know we all thought they were extinct and stuff, but they're not. They can still fly. They still look awesome. I've seen some sketches of them from the actual creators. So Aang and Katara have kids eventually, and Aang's son is the only person who knows airbending now, because in this series Aang is dead, obviously. And since Aang is dead, that's probably going to lead to some cool scenes where Korra's in the Avatar state talking to Aang, and it should be awesome. The story, from what I can gather, I haven't seen it yet, it's probably going to be awesome. The trailer showed, like, it started off, like, in the South Pole, it was, like, snowing and what the, and Korra seemed to be leaving this little hut thing. There were two people standing at the doorway looking at her. I assume those were her parents, but I don't know. Just probably. And something else that they cleared up in the trailer was the spirit animals. Because, you know, in the old series, if you were a fire avatar, you got a dragon. If you were an air avatar, you got a bison. You were an earth avatar, you got a mole thing. But they never actually explained what animal you get if you're a water avatar. And the trailer did. You get this polar bear dog thing, which is kind of going to replace Appa in the show. Speaking of animals, there's going to be like these fire lemur things that's supposed to replace Momo. All the main characters are dead. Yeah, that's kind of a bummer, but you can't have this story if some of them are still alive. So anyway, there's a bunch of characters that I need to look up. This is just a general overall thing. I'll upload another video about individual characters later. This is just the overall story. So Korra has to find Aang's son so that she can learn airbending, because apparently we skipped ahead to where she knows all the other elements and the only one she needs to know is air. But like I said, there's a Bender revolt in the capital city, and it's gonna be a big mess. And also at the end of the trailer, at the very end of the trailer, there was a guy, he kind of looked like Sokka. He kind of sounded like Sokka too. Yeah, so they're gonna replace him. And I think that, well, for a avatar born into the water tribe, she uses a lot of firebending for something like that. I don't think she waterbended at all in the trailer, and it was just weird to me because that's what you normally start off with. Well, she did, but I'm sorry about my pauses. What else was I going to talk about? The release date, April 14th. Oh my god. It's going to be here sooner than you know it. I am leaving something out that I'm going to kick myself for not putting it in later. Yeah, don't. I know I'm going to upload videos of, individual characters, but there is a Bender revolt, and oh yeah, Toph from the last series, she started her own metal bending school, which if you look into the first comic after the thing, they do tell you that. And it was pretty awesome because she was the only person in the world who could do that. Because when Aang went to the guru person at the air temple, who is the only black guy in the Avatar universe, he told him that all the elements and all the people and stuff are one, and like even Earth is just a refined part of metal. If you remember that episode where Toph was in that metal cage because those guys were going to bring her back to her parents, which doesn't sound that bad, but if you're Toph, it is. So Toph has her own metal bending school, and in the trailer you got to see these metal bending police that are after Korra for some reason. I don't know, maybe some stuff's happening. Oh, the villain. Okay. We don't know who he is, because it can't be Zuko, he's dead. And why would Zuko be evil? Again. I don't know who that could be. Maybe it's a new character they're gonna reveal, or maybe it's someone from the old series, because we never got to find out what happened to Azula. I'm just gonna say that. The last time we saw her, she was chained up in the Firebending Palace after Katara and Zuko kicked her ass. That was basically the last time we saw her. We don't know what happened to her. Fire Lord Ozai was in the prison the last time we saw him. And, oh yeah, questions that need to be answered. That's what I was going to say. They left off a bunch of questions. I think the biggest one people are talking about is what happened to Zuko's mom. That is the biggest one I have heard my friends talk about. I've heard people on the internet talk about what happened to Zuko's mom. Because the last line Zuko has in the entire series is "Where is my mother?" And I'm at 9 minutes now, and I don't want this to be over 10 minutes. So yeah, I'm very excited for it. It's gonna be awesome, I can tell you that right now, just to see what they do with it. Oh yeah, technological advances. They have cars and motorcycles in The Legend of Korra. Which at first I was like, no! You do not have technology in the last Airbender universe. But I watched it, and it's not that bad. It's not bad at all. So yeah, that was just a brief, very brief overview of the entire thing, what I think about it. It's going to be an awesome show. And I'm just going to keep posting videos from now until April 14th. Because I'm so excited for it. And I know you are too. If you weren't, why would you be watching this? So thanks. And thanks for being patient with me with this. and see you later.